Episode 2, Departure. A future Earth devastated by a massive earthquake. A girl named Lana washes up on a small island called Nokosurejima. She has escaped from the villains in a country called Industria. The only two inhabitants of Nokosurejima, Conan and an old man, kindly took care of her. Just then, soldiers from Industria arrived to take Lana back. Conan desperately chased after them as they attempted to abduct Lana and take off in their flying boat. Conan clung to the wings of the flying boat as it took off. "Give Lana back." Desperately trying to stop the airship, Conan stabbed the wing with a harpoon. An angry soldier aimed his pistol at Conan, but was instead countered by a harpoon. At that moment, Conan's body, standing on the wing, was swept away by the pressure of the wind. Conan, who struggled using his toes, was finally swept away by the wind. Conan fell into the sea. Conan, who struggled using his toes, was finally swept away by the wind. Conan fell into the sea. Conan, who somehow swam to the deserted island, became worried about his grandfather and hurried back to the hut. "Conan, listen carefully to what I'm about to say," said the grandfather from his bed. The grandfather intended to leave his last words to Conan. "I had 9 companions. 20 years ago, our spaceship, which failed to escape to space to avoid a great earthquake, made an emergency landing on this island. The Earth had changed beyond recognition, and there were no living creatures anywhere. We had lost hope of surviving. In agony from thirst, we waited for death without any means to help ourselves. There was no water coming into the island, nor did it rain. Then, deep in the ground where the spacecraft was embedded, cold water began to flow abundantly. Our ship did not allow us to abandon the Earth when we tried to do so. And it brought us to this island, telling us to live and survive as it became a spring for us. And from the scorching cracks of the burnt rock, grass seeds sprouted green shoots, and small creatures returned to the seaside. Even the birds began to come over. We will live here. We will build a new life on this island. We vowed so. And then you were born. Conan, you were the child of us all. Your parents and all the others died, but you grew up healthy. We are the old seeds scattered in the remaining island. You are the new sprouts born from it. The small islands that remain have new grass sprouting, and new humans are being born. It is time for humans like you and that girl to build a new life on a new Earth. Conan, get off this island. Go search for a new world. The time has come for you to depart. Don't be discouraged, Conan, find your friends, and live for them. Grandpa. Don't die. You can't die." However, the old man never opened his eyes again. Conan was overwhelmed by sadness and anger with no outlet, and while crying, he randomly threw rocks at the cliffs. After throwing a huge boulder many times his size, he finally exhausted all his strength and fell asleep as if collapsing. After creating his grandfather's grave, Conan made the decision to leave the island. Early the next morning, Conan began building his boat. He made the hull from a fuel tank of a spacecraft and sewed the sails with unfamiliar sewing skills. By night, he whittled the oars and the rudder with a small knife, completing the boat. The next day, Conan once again went to the front of his grandfather's grave. "Well then," he said, Then, standing a little away from the grave, he turned around and shouted loudly, "Goodbye." "Hey!" Conan pushed the boat up the slope with a shout and boarded the sliding ship, unfurling the sails. The boat, catching the wind, soared out to sea. "Goodbye. Goodbye." Conan shouted his final farewell to the receding island, which grew smaller and smaller. And without ever looking back, he sped straight towards the unknown world where Lana was waiting for him. Next time preview: Conan encounters a strange boy on the first island he arrives at. The boy's name is Jimsy. Jimsy thinks that Conan has come to invade his territory and confronts him. Will the two of them be able to get along next time as first friends? Please look forward to it.